Hello you beautiful people, I'm your host for today's Game Room segment, Jaden Woods, and today we're going to be going over the top 3 games that you can play over Christmas break. Now I know we're all going to be pasty, pale, and pizzled, and these games are going to help you forget about that. First off, Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate just won Game of the Year at the Game Awards a few weeks ago. It's an incredible tabletop D&D based RPG where you play as an original character fighting back against the forces of evil. When I played this game I had over 120 hours before finishing the game even once. It has an incredible amount of loot spread around an absolutely massive map. The map's also discovered as you go, and new parts of it open up depending on how you interact with your AI companions and the world around you. These companions join you in combat and allow for amazing combos as well as heartbreaking combat deaths. Thankfully there are plenty of ways to revive a fallen ally, none that come without a price though. The game features storylines that you can complete for each and every origin character, as well as time-sensitive quests. Steam lists the game as having more than 17,000 endings, which is just insane. The combat is well thought out and provides for extremely difficult boss fights. It also keeps some elements that real-life Dungeons & Dragons features, and the fact that your entire team can die if you get into a fight at the wrong time. Punch a kid at the circus? Good luck fighting the entire city. Misclick and attack an ally at an important time? Have fun reverting back 2 hours to your previous save to stop them from hating you. While the game is incredibly fun, it's also really rewarding and impressively difficult. It'll stop you from thinking about all the dry coldness outside, and of course it's going to make a great Christmas gift. Next up, one of my personal favorites recently, Lethal Company. Now unfortunately this game is only for PC, as it is only featured on Steam. The game is made by a solo developer, which is always going to add to the coolness. Lethal Company is an extraction-based co-op, goofy little horror game with an absolutely hilarious feature, which is proximity chat. Proximity chat in simple terms just means realistic voice audio. The further you are from somebody, the less you can hear them until you can't hear them at all. The game features you, an intern at a lethal company, jumping onto your ship and diving onto abandoned moons where you must fetch scrap, which you then sell to your company to meet a quota. Meet this quota and you get to keep working. Fail to meet it, and well, let's just say you'll be swimming with the stars. But here's the twist. You're not alone in these abandoned factory halls. Swarming around you are bugs hungry for the same loot as you, giant facehugger millipedes, and even terrifying assassin creatures which catch you when you aren't paying attention. Overall, it's a wildly fun game for such a low price of only $10, and I can't wait to play it with my friends once they get it. But until then, let's hear about the last game. And last but not least, a new game, at least to me, Songs of Six. This game is similar to stuff like RimWorld. It's about $20 and that has literally never changed. Trust me, I've looked. While it doesn't necessarily ring to the tune of most people, this game feeds those who love micromanagement. Build your city full of fantastical humanoid creatures and try not to starve to death when you don't think about the fact that pigs are vegetarians and your population seems to consist of only pigmen. While I don't know too much about the game at this time, I plan to learn every intricate little detail that I can about it and relay that all to you in a soon coming Game Corner. My only complaint so far is the fact that the UI is, to be frank, awful. It's just buggy and it doesn't usually work half the time. Other than that though, it's not bad at all. It's so fun to watch your population of little doodads wander around and build up your city right before your very eyes. With that being said, I've been Jaden Woods and this was Game Corner. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope you enjoy the other segments.
Christmas. And as the holiday festivities clear up and the families return to their devices, they forget about how they're even able to enjoy these devices in the first place, because without the internet, we would just be staring at fancy LCD screens with blank images. This is a history of the internet and a story of the first web page, which was in fact created on Christmas. Our story starts with Timothy John Berners-Lee, who was born in London on the 8th of June in 1955. The son of mathematicians and computer scientists Mary Lee Woods and Conway Berners-Lee. A keen train spotter as a child, he learned about electronics from tinkering with a model railway. From 1973 to 1976, he studied at the Queen's College, Oxford, where he received his first Class BA in physics. While there, he made a computer out of an old television set he had purchased from a repair shop. After graduation, Berners worked as an engineer at the telecommunications company Plessey in Poole, Dorset. In 1978, he joined D.G. Nash and Ferdinand Dorset, where he helped create typesetting software for printers. Berners worked as an independent contractor at CERN from June to December 1980. While in Geneva, he proposed a project based on the concept of hypertext to facilitate sharing and updating information among researchers to demonstrate it. He built a prototype named Inquire.
I had to take the hypertext idea and the TCP idea and connect both of them with the DNS, and ta-da, the World Wide Web.
In 1984, he returned to CERN as a fellow. In 1989, CERN was the largest internet node in Europe, and Berners-Lee saw an opportunity to join hypertext with the internet. Berners wrote his proposal in March 1989 and in 1990 redistributed it. It was then accepted by his manager, Mike Sendall, who called his proposals vague but exciting. Robert Caillou had also independently proposed a project to develop a hypertext system at CERN and joined Berners as a part of his effort to get the web off the ground. They used similar ideas to those underlining the Inquire system to create the World Wide Web, for which Berners-Lee designed and built the first web browser. Berners-Lee published the first website, which described the project itself, on December 25, 1990. It was available to the internet from the CERN network, and the site provided an explanation of what the World Wide Web was and how people could use the browser and set up a web server, as well as how to get started with your own website. And so, as you sit here watching this on your own device, just take a moment to remember the person who was able to bring you all of the information you have readily available at any time. Oh yeah, and also, happy holidays.
Hey, I'm Harley, this is
Demetrius.
and we're doing a segment on Christmas lights for you guys. We got some interviews, we got a total of 3 houses to do it, so hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm Harley, we are here today with.
Aaron.
So, how long does this usually take you guys?
So for our house, we usually start in November, and it takes us about a month to get everything up and running. We try to be lit up by December 1st. I know some of our neighbors start out back in September, throw their Halloween lights over it, take the Halloween lights back down, and finish the Christmas decorations. So it takes a long time.
Oh yeah, just like Rex does, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we talked to him earlier today too.
They're great.
And out of all the ones you have here, what is your favorite one?
My favorite one right now that we have is our deer back over here. They actually move. They're really pretty. Those are my mom's pick. A recent favorite of ours has been, we actually had a 20-foot snowman, and he kicked the bucket last year, so we couldn't bring him out this year. Yeah, it was 20 feet tall.
What happened to him?
The motor broke, and we're trying to get it fixed possibly for next year, but this year it didn't quite happen.
So how do you guys make the cocoa?
So we make cocoa with a special mixture in-house, and we have it out. We have like vats of it ready to go on backup for when people come through. It's free. We take donations, but they pretty much just cover the cost of the cocoa. It's really just for the kids around here. The people that actually own the house before us, they started it, and we just carried on the tradition. It's been a lot of fun.
On a scale of 1 to 10, do you love seeing the kids come and grab the cocoa?
11. 11. Yes, we love it. It's so much fun. A lot of times they'll have a Santa Claus either on this end of the street or on the other end. They have a Grinch sometimes that the kids are kind of terrified, but they still love it. It's a lot of fun, and you just feel the Christmas spirit like seeping through the streets. It's a lot of fun.
And can you tell us your recipe to the hot chocolate?
It's a really, really, really secret recipe by Swiss Miss. But other than that, we use marshmallows, so.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas, guys.
I'm Harley, and we are here today with
Perry.
Perry. So how long have you been doing this entire awesome thing?
Well, thank you for the compliments. I don't know, 18 years might be, but it started out really little. The guy at the end got me doing it the first house, so.
Yes,
yeah. Rex got me doing it. Oh yeah, yes he did. And the story is basically he moved in, and I used to do Christmas where I lived in Michigan City, and I heard he did the Christmas. So the first year he put it up, I looked and I said, oh, no way I'll be able to compete with him. Just no way. So through the years, I still haven't got it down. I'm still not as good, but I'm competitive with him. But he's my hero, so he's the one that started, the whole thing. So
hey, competitivism is it's healthy for you.
Right. it's for the kids, it really is, but it ended up, what's really cool is the whole street went in on it.
Yeah.
Now everybody does it.
Yeah, we've been talking to some of the other house owners. It's all really cool that you guys all do this.
It's great. It's a great atmosphere, great neighborhood to live in. Really cool. It's great people here, so it's kind of fun, like a big thing. So.
And out of all the cool ones you have here, which one would you say is your favorite of all time?
It used to be the sleigh, and then now these two big ornaments I built.
That you and Rex built?
Yeah, me and Rex built them. Yeah. We got the idea from somebody, and he likes mine, but I like his. So it's kind of a cool thing that we both like each other. So.
Yeah, you built two big ones. He built a big one and a small one.
He built two big ones and two small ones.
Oh.
Don't take anything away. Oh, I
didn't realize that when we were there.
Yeah. I just built two big ones. I don't even know where I'm going to put them after Christmas. I really don't. So, but it's a good thing you guys are doing this. Really nice. So.
Well, thank you for your time.
No problem. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Hi, I'm Harley, and we're here today with
Walter McCullough, Rex.
This is Stella's grandpa. If you guys have watched our movie Dead Air, you have seen Stella, and we're at his house, and he does some really cool Christmas lights. So out of all the Christmas lights that you have, what is your favorite?
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Just bought this, just got this for my wife. It's an antique sleigh. It's an original pony-drawn sleigh. I got everything but the leather works. It's Nordic, religious, and it just rocks. I'll redo it and make it more Christmassy, but that's my favorite now.
I really love this emblem that's right here, which we'll show you guys later. I love how the wings and...
Archangel.
Yeah.
The front's got the Ark of the Covenant, got the Nordic crosses, and you got Christ feeding the children. It's just unique.
It's really cool. And how long does this usually take you to set up?
It's a twofold deal. I start the middle of September, second week of September. I do the icicle lights in the front windows, so I can then do the Halloween lights for the wife on the bushes. Once all my Halloween is up for her, I go right back into Christmas, and we're done by December 1st. Have to wrap it up by December 1st. That's light up day.
Oh, so you start in Halloween doing all this?
I start the second week of September doing the Halloween decorations and lights, but I have to do that for Christmas because I don't want to mess up the bushes doing that.
And I know this is like a really personal question, but how much does your electric bill go up when you do all this?
I run around $500, $550.
Extra or just in total?
Total gas and lights for the November, December bill, and then the January bill's around $350 because it comes in split.
Oh wow!
It's worth it.
It looks really cool at night. I would say it's worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it for just what it looks like. It's worth it for the kids and the adults. I had the other night I was Santa handing out candy canes, and I had a lady bring her daughter. Her daughter was 19 years old, and she's been coming here since she was 2. She likes it, and that's what makes it worthwhile. Everybody is just totally involved and totally into it.
And you enjoy seeing all the smiles.
Oh yeah. We've had 80, 90-year-old people here seeing Santa. We've had 2, 3-year-olds. It's just fantastic. It's fun.
And we were talking earlier, and you said you dress up as Santa?
Yes, I usually take 3 weekends, one night. Like I did the last 2 Fridays. I did the last 2 Saturdays, I'm sorry. And I will be doing this Friday if it's not raining. I dress up as Santa and hand out candy canes. If it's a real nice night like last Friday, they walk down the street. They park in the park. They come from the other subdivisions just to walk over, and it's like a Christmas carnival. It's really fun.
And it's just a huge community, and you just love seeing everyone.
Oh yeah. When I was growing up, We didn't have a lot of money, but we did go looking at Christmas lights. I lived in Holbrook till my freshman year, and they had the speakers in the bank tower, the clock tower at the bank, and they always played Christmas music. So what do? I had an actual vent put in when I had the house built. I got a speaker there, and I played Christmas music. So a lot of it I incorporated from when I was growing up.
Well, that is really cool, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Let's go see these Christmas lights.
Have fun. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you guys will check out Christmas lights in your own neighborhood this Christmas. And a very Merry Christmas from PC3. This is Demetrius.
And I'm Harley. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later.
Winter cryptids, huh?
What's a cryptid?
I'm glad you asked, random guy who just appeared in this bathroom. A cryptid is a creature that's rumored to exist, but is not confirmed by science. That being said, these are 3 winter cryptids. The Yeti, or abominable snowman, is probably the most well-known variant of Bigfoot. It originates up in the snowy, towering peaks of the Himalayas. The Yeti is known to stand at a towering height of 8 feet and possesses enough strength to throw boulders. The Yeti is often a white color, but can also be seen as dark brown or even black. While its North American counterpart is much more shy and is seen as a protector of the forest, the Yeti is described as extremely aggressive and unstable, chasing people away rather than hiding from them, and even attacking hikers. While locals described seeing the creature for years beforehand, the first documented case of a Yeti sighting was in 1832. It was a report by the British explorer B.H. Hodgson. He claimed to have seen what he thought was an oversized orangutan scaling a nearby part of the mountains. He described the creature as taller than any man and being covered in dark brown fur. After this sighting, more and more popped up over the years, like in 1889, 1921, 1951, and 1959. Now, the last known sighting of the creature was in 2019 when an Indian Army mountaineer team claimed to have seen Yeti footprints in the snow, measuring 81 by 32 centimeters. It is unknown whether the Yeti is gone as of late, but I believe it's still out there, stalking the Himalayas and waiting to be discovered again.
We're here with Owen Heron, and today we're going to be asking you a few questions.
All right, sounds good.
All right, what do you personally know about the Yeti?
Well, I know that the Yeti, I've always enjoyed like the legend about it. It is in Mount Everest, correct? And I just always enjoyed like the look of it, if that makes any sense. Just this big white kind of monster in these mountains that supposedly would attack climbers, you know. And yeah, I mean that's mainly why I know about it, just like the legend.
What's your opinion on the Yeti? How do you feel about it?
Well, like I said, I've always thought it was a cool cryptid. It's considered to be a cryptid. And it was always just, as a kid, I always enjoyed the Yeti. I even had like an action figure of the Yeti, which was fun. But yeah, that's my opinion on it.
All right, thank you for the interview.
Of course, anytime.
Now let's move over to the Americas. The Wendigo, or also known as the Wetico to the Native Americans, is a mythological cryptid originating from Algonquin mythology and is probably the most well-known Native American myth. It is said to be a malevolent spirit that takes hold of someone after they resort to cannibalism for any reason. It is said that its victims are caused insatiable hunger, specifically hungering for the taste of human flesh. As for its appearance, there are 2 interpretations. The first is a pale humanoid lacking body hair with long, gangly limbs and teeth sharper than any knife. In this instance, their bodies appear emaciated, having skin so tight on its ribs and spine that they are visible. However, this weak-looking body is a facade. They are said to be extremely fast, far faster than any human could dream of being, faster than you. The second interpretation of the Wendigo, and the one more common in pop culture, is a looming, thin creature, its body appearing to be more of an upright, rotting deer carcass rather than a tall, gangly humanoid. Its head is nearly entirely skeletal, with long antlers protruding from its soulless skull. This creature is also described as having a heart of ice, a cold chill following its approach. If you happen to smell the stench of rotting flesh in the middle of a dark winter forest, start running. That's all you can do. The Wendigo is my absolute favorite cryptid. Its keeping of consistent appearance through the years lends an air of credibility to it, and its legend inspired one of my favorite songs of all time, Wendigo by Mara and the Mainsail, or also known as Coyote Kid now. Truly finally, a legendary beast.
We're here with,
Demetrius?
and I would like to ask you a few questions.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, what do you know about the Wendigo?
Well, I know it's basically is some type of tall creature with a deer-like head. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Very good. And what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, if I've ever seen it in like real life, I think I'd actually be scared. But I think it's cool. I mean, I've like heard a couple stories of like the folklore behind it, and it's a little fascinating to say the least.
All right. Thank you for the interview.
Of course.
And now for our final winter cryptid, and one very close to the holiday season. We have the legend of Krampus. Originating from Germany, he is the dark side of the Christmas holiday. While St. Nicholas leaves presents for children who have been good, Krampus comes for children of rotten heart. He comes in the night of December 6th, grabbing children marked by the naughty list and putting them into his sack. He will then escape the home, taking them to his lair where they are beaten with branches for their misdeeds. And if they're really bad, Krampus will drag their poor soul to hell for eternity. There is one way to fend off this dastardly demon, however. You see, offering him a gift of a piece of fruit will cause him to sit down and eat the fruit, sharing it with those in the immediate area, and engaging in pleasant conversation before disappearing, leaving his fortunate escapee unharmed. Krampus has always been one of my favorite cryptids, especially during the Christmas season. For its mythology to the 2015 movie that I really enjoyed, which I think you should check out.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, I'm here with,
Aiden Brindley?
and I just have a few questions for you.
Sounds good.
All right. So how do you feel about Krampus?
Krampus, he's a scary man, you know? I mean, like, he's the evil Santa, you know? Like, he's gonna come in your house, instead of giving you presents, he might take your life, you know? Like, it's pretty scary.
What do you know about Krampus personally?
Not too much. I never saw the movie, but I did want to check it out actually today. Funny enough, so it's funny that you're making this video. But, no, not too much.
I mean, fair enough. But, yeah, I'd highly recommend the movie. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. So, yeah, I'd recommend checking it out.
Cool.
All right. Thank you for doing the interview with us.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday break. And for your sake, I hope you are good this year.
What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
My favorite Christmas tradition is when we all meet up, you know, have a party.
Yeah, that sounds fun. What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
My favorite Christmas tradition is one that started when my daughter was little. We would go to, we live in Crown Point, so we would go around Crown Point and we would look at the Tour of Lights, just her and I, and that became one of my favorite traditions. And my wife last year, or 2 years ago, my wife went, and all three of us, and then we brought our dog too. So now that's what we do. It's one of my favorites.
Sounds fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Decorating, baking cookies, you know, eating with the family.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Thank you. What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
I like to go ice skating downtown with my friends.
That sounds fun. Thank you. What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Making Christmas cookies on Christmas morning with my family.
That sounds fun. Thank you.
I'm usually a skeptic of the paranormal, but what happened to me a while ago still haunts me today. This took place between 2005 and 2006 in Elk Grove, California. I was 21 at the time, living on my own in another city. It was just a few days before Christmas, and I had just finished all my finals at school, so I was staying with my mother to spend Christmas with her because she and my father had recently gotten divorced. She was living in an apartment complex in an older part of the town dubbed Old Elk Grove. So, I guess this is the part of the story that gets weird. It was Christmas Eve, and I was staying in the guest bedroom, laying down watching TV, and I must have dozed off. But that was the weird part. I don't remember dozing off. It just felt like I went catatonic. The house got quiet and I couldn't move. The TV started changing channels and getting all scrambled, like snow. It was just static. Then it cut to almost like CCTV overlooking my kitchen. It was grainy and the floor looked warped. But in the back of the kitchen, I noticed a dark figure swaying back and forth. I was able to squint my eyes and get a better look at what it was. But then I realized it was a woman in black. She instantly moved from the back of the kitchen until her face was staring directly into the camera. Her face looked really old, warped, dry, and decayed. There were bugs crawling in her hair. And the worst part, she had no eyes. That's when she turned her head as if she knew where I was and disappeared from the view of the camera. And then I heard the loud thumping, like someone was running around with 30-pound feet. It was erratic. It sounded like where there was multiple people running, or she was running on her hands and feet. It stopped for a moment, very briefly, and the silence was broken with the sound of a creak in the stairs. This meant she was coming up the stairs. The problem? My door was open, which also meant I could see out in the hallway and through the banister. I'd be able to see her head as she made her way towards me. I really did not want to see that. I really didn't want to see that. So I started screaming in my dream. I could feel myself, hear myself screaming, "Wake me up! Wake me up!" I heard the steps of the old woman bound faster and faster up the stairs. And sure enough, I see her head. I see her body. But it was a tangled mess. And what I thought was running was her basically rolling her contorted body through the house and up the stairs. This thing, it managed to get to the foot of the bed, and I saw her hands grip the sheets. I was terrified. I couldn't move. And all I remember was screaming, "Wake me up!" And thankfully, I heard my mom from the other room. "Hey, are you all right?" The moment she said it, the old woman let go of the sheet, sank back down, and very loudly stomped and fumbled her way back down the stairs. It was at that moment my mom walked in the room and said, "Were you screaming? What's going on?" All I could say was, "It was a crazy dream. I'm sorry, it was so bizarre." I looked at her for a moment because she seemed annoyed more than anything. And before I was going to tell her the whole story, she goes, "Hey, did you have a friend over or something? I thought I saw someone go downstairs just now, and they were being really loud." I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe what she was saying, but she said it. She saw someone go down the stairs. This was no longer my imagination, so I took her downstairs, and we both saw that no one was there, and her expression went from annoyed to worried. I asked her to sit at the small kitchen table next to the counter. I made some coffee, and I told her the whole story. It was 5 a.m., Christmas morning. After telling her the whole story, she sat back, took a deep breath, and said, "Yeah, I saw her too. A long time ago, back in the apartment." I didn't say anything because I thought it was just a bad dream. After that, I chose not to think about it. I never did any research about the area. I really don't want to know, because now I'm too afraid that if I find something like one of those old stories about a woman and her land, it would just make it real. So now I just pretend that it was a bad dream. A few bad dreams. And as strange as that sounds, I really just do not want to give whatever that was any thought. And maybe it's just because I really don't want to ever see that lady in black again.
is going nowhere. Had no one to turn to and no one to talk to. What should I do? My life is going adrift. Nothing holds me down, I'm lifted up into the sky, and I don't really care if I die. Everyone may be unique with their own intricacies. Oh, there's nothing special about me. I'm a snowflake in the breeze. I'm just trying to find my place in a world with no forgiveness or grace. Chasing after love and something dependent. I'm not even someone's descendant. Everyone may be unique with their own intricacies. Oh, there's nothing special about me. I'm a snowflake in the breeze. Pushing me around to every single broken town. I cry for help, yet no one hears. I want to melt and disappear. Oh Lord, tell me it's the end. I just want to understand. Everyone may be unique, but I have my own intricacies. Oh, there's something special about me, 'cause I'm a snowflake in the breeze. Whoa.